So I'm going to answer a question that a student raised. How come ga is not used when you ask and answer a question about location? So in the textbook, sentences like 猫はどこですか? Where is the cat? 猫はいません. The cat is not here. Literally, it means the cat does not exist. So in these sentences, you don't see the particle ga. Instead, wa is used after 猫. So how come ga is not used? Well, the short answer is that this relates to the nature of asking a question. So we need to think about what it means when you ask a question. Okay, it doesn't matter what language you speak. When you ask a question, there are certain certain properties of doing this action of asking a question. So what does it mean to ask a question? Well, usually it means you want to get a piece of information as an answer. Okay. So in a sentence, you usually have given information and new information coexisting. Sometimes these two do not exist at the same time, but most sentences have segments. A segment for giving information and another segment for new information. Okay, so let's look at examples. So if you look at the English sentence, what is your name? This is a question. Okay, so what constitutes a segment that relates to new information? Okay, and then the rest is your name. The segment is your name. Is you can think of given information. Okay, so when you ask and when you answer this question, okay, you can answer, my name is Mike. Okay, and then this Mike is the information you are providing, a new piece of information. Okay, and then you can actually make it shorter. Okay, shorter version of answering this question is you can say Mike. Right? When you ask somebody, what is your name? You can just say Mike. And then you can also say, my name is Mike. So this my name, this part is given. You don't even have to say it because you think that the other person shares this information. You don't have to say it. Okay? Another example. What time is it now? Okay? So this what time constitutes a new segment dedicated to new information. Okay, so when you answer this question, it's 8:30, or you can simply say 8:30. Okay, so this blue segment you can think of, it is given information, or you can say topic. And then the red segment is new information, unknown information. Okay, more examples. So when you ask a question, where is your house? Okay, you can say it's over there. Or when you ask another question, who ate my ice cream? You can say he did. Okay, so another one, how do you eat that? Well, I'm going to eat it by hand. So in all of those, red parts are unknown or new information, you can say, and then those WH questions, like, what, where, when, who, how, okay, those are things that you don't know. That's why you're asking questions. Okay, and then you can think of them as new information, or sometimes people call it focus. Okay, and the segments that do not contain those question words, in other words, the leftovers, okay, they are most often given information. Not necessarily, but mostly. Okay, so if you look at a Japanese sentence like this, you have learned this long time ago in lesson 1 or lesson 0. Okay. 名前は何ですか? Or you can say お名前は. Okay. And then you can answer 名前は丹野です. So this 名前は is given because we know that everybody has a name. Okay. You don't ask, you don't doubt that a person whether a person has a name or not. Okay, you know that the other person has a name. Okay, and then 名前は丹野です. And I can just say 丹野です to answer this question. Another sentence, 今何時ですか? And then you answer 今は9時です. So it's 9 o'clock. Or you can just say 9時 or 9時です. Okay? And then also, you can just say 今何時 or 何時. And then if the context is right, people will know the given part. So often this topic or known information, known segments, you don't have to say. Okay. いつ学校に行きますか? 8時に行きます. So the question is, when do you go to school? And then you can say, I go to school. Or just say, I go at 8. Or you can just say at 8 or 8 o'clock. Okay? So in those examples, red segments constitute new information or unknown information. Okay? And then going back to the original question, 猫はどこですか? Okay? 猫はいません. So 猫は is actually topic. This is a given topic. We're not really asking whether you have a cat or not. In this particular sentence, it is given that this person that you're talking to has a cat. Okay? So in English, it would be like, where is the cat? Because that when you say the cat, you know that there is a cat. Okay? And then the answer, 猫はいません. Okay? Because the question word appears as どこですか? Okay, どこ is new information. And because this どこ appears at the second half of the sentence question, then the first part often becomes topic. A segment that doesn't have new information is often given information, right? So that you don't even have to say 猫は if the context is clear enough. You can say どこですか? If you know that the other person knows that you are talking about the cat, then you can say どこですか? Right? And then you can answer, you can simply say いません. So that's the reason why the 猫はどこですか? Okay? But if you say 猫がどこですか? Then now that you are asking that 猫 is new information and also どこ is new information, so it's really hard to have two unknown segments in one sentence. Okay? So usually when you have a question word in a sentence, then the segment that doesn't have a question word becomes given information. Okay, so you can think of this given information and new information, or you can say topic and focus are almost polar opposites. They're not exactly the opposites, but mostly that they contrast. Okay? If you have given information, then that cannot be new topic, new information. If a segment has given information, then automatically the other segment tends to become new information. Okay, so that's why.